Hello YouTube, it's Roberto Robo1, and I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm out of the school system now, so I'm gonna tell a story about when I was kind of a ruffian. Um, when I was in middle school, I didn't really fit in. I was a lot bigger than all the other kids, so I intimidated some people for that reason, and then I intimidated other people for other reasons. So I just had a hard time blending in with students. So because of this, I had to find ways to fit in. And one day, I did something like stupid, like I don't remember what I did. I think I talked back to someone, or I did something. Someone dared someone to do something, and they wouldn't do it, so I did it. And then it clicked to me like stupid stuff makes people laugh, and laughter makes them like me. So to fit in, I just got to do stupid stuff, right? So I turned into a clown sometimes, a lot of times. I was kind of a clown in elementary school, not gonna lie. A lot of people can vouch for this. And because I was this clown, I would do some things that other students wouldn't. And one day we were in the science classroom, and we were doing a marble project where, like, marbles, if you put them on one side, they go down and, like, they won't reach the same spot. And, like, they'll come back before they hit that same spot, and they won't go off the ramp and like physics and gravity and stuff. So then, like in that experiment, we were in lab groups with people we picked. So I was with some friends, and well, I called them friends, and it was Scott across from me, I'm pretty sure, and he was like, "Hey, Roberto," I was like, "Yes," and he was like, "I dare you to throw a marble at Miss Lennox." Her name wasn't actually Miss Lennox, but I can't like it rhymes with Lennox, and I can't tell you her name because of like security reasons and stuff, because I could get sued or something like that. So I'm just gonna use Miss Linux, and I was like, no way, and then Diego comes out, and he's in the corner, and Diego just looks at me and says, "No balls." And when you're a middle schooler, this is serious. Like, I'm a man, so like, well, I'm a middle school boy at this point. So like, I have balls, and if someone says I don't have balls, we have a problem because I can't be known as the kid with no balls. So, psh, it was like a devil angel moment on my shoulders, but they both said the same thing. They were like, "He said no balls, man. You gotta do it." So I grab a marble and pretend to go to do the experiment and hide the marble. And then Miss Lennox goes to do her computer work and looks away. So I just chuck this marble, right? And it goes across the room, and just as it almost hits her, hits the desk, she looks at it, and this marble bounces off the desk. And when it bounces off the desk, it just perfectly goes and hits her in the forehead. And like, this is a side view of what happened. Like, this marble hits her and it bounces off her forehead, and she like leans back and holds her hands to her face. Like, I don't know if it hurt, but I know a marble just hit her in the head, and like it hit her in the face and she moved back. So like, something happened here. And without even thinking about it, she just goes, "Roberto, come here." Like, no doubt in this teacher's mind, the direction of the ball plus everything, she knew it was me. And so at this point, I'm standing there, and the whole class is going, "Ooh," because that's what middle schoolers do when a classmate gets in trouble, and I was in it. So I start walking towards her, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what do I do? And it was another angel devil moment, and the angel was like, "Just apologize, you'll get out of it." And then the devil was like, "Lie." And so I walk towards her, and I'm trying to debate what I do. So I turn around and I walk the other way, and I just take the longest possible route to get to her, because I'm like, "Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap." And so I'm working my way to her, and I finally get to her desk, and she still has her hands on her face. And then she finally take like starts to make noise, and I go up to her, and I'm like, Yes, Miss Lennox. And this is when she does it. She takes her hands away from her face and she's like, "Can you tell me why in the hell you had the idea to throw a marble at me?" And, angelically, I was like, "Well, you see, Miss Lennox, I would never throw a marble at you. On purpose?" And then her eyes get bigger than her head, and there's about to be an explosion, and I see it coming, so I stop her. I'm like, let me explain. And then I go, "I was aiming at Scott, right? And I did not know my own strength. And when I threw the marble and it went over Scott's head, it flew across the room in this projectile towards your desk. And I know I'm wrong because I shouldn't be throwing marbles in your classroom. And I'm just so sorry. Please forgive me. Please." And she just looks at me. She goes, "Roberto, if I see you doing anything else remotely resembling stupidity, you're out. Do you understand?" I go, "Thank you. And I get back to the desk and explain to everybody what just happened. And they're like, "How did he just get out of this?" And, I don't know how I got out of it either. And I'm pretty sure it was the next day she sent me to the office for sharpening too many pencils. But I didn't get in trouble for throwing a marble at a teacher's head. So that's the important part of the story. That's the end. There's no, lesson or anything to the story. It's just kind of a funny story that, shows a little bit of me and my ruffian years. And, don't do this if you're a middle schooler, if your teacher, just don't throw marbles at them, because this could have ended a lot worse. If my mom would have known back then that I threw a marble at my middle school teacher's forehead, she would have bashed a marble, into my forehead. It would not have looked pretty. My mom is literally like the Hulk when she's mad. So, anyways, this is Roberto Rebel 1, and I'm out. If you like this video, you can let me know in the comments. If you don't like the video, let me know what I could do better. If you want to see more, you can subscribe for more. Thanks, YouTube. You have a great night.